here is my video game collection, Part 1. Phase 1, my Sega game collection. Which I have a Sega Genesis. Technically, I do have a Genesis because I have the Super Retro Trio. I also have the Sega Saturn, the Sega Dreamcast. But however, I do not own a Sega CD or a Mega Drive, which they call that in Japan/Europe and Australia, as well as the Sega Master System and the Game Gear. So anyway, let's begin. NFL 95 for Sega Genesis. The forum rental from AJ Video Games. NHL 96. My favorite Sega Genesis game is Tin Head. And of course, here is Virtua Racing, which was released in 1991 or 1992. It says made in Japan on the back, assembled in USA, assembled in Puerto Rico, and this cartridge, it's blocked by the sticker NFL 95. Oh well. And that'll do for the Sega Genesis games I own. And they're all black cartridges. Now moving on with Sega Saturn. Asuka 120%, Burning Festival Limited. Japanese side, English side. It says, for sale and use only in Japan. Released in 1997 for Sega Saturn. Ah, what's this? This is what they have in Japan. Honda Asuka, Toyota Carina, Honda. These two girls have their names based off car brands, Toyota and Honda. And there's other characters, which I don't feel like mentioning their names. And there you have it. That's Asuka 100% Limited's manual. And now, here's the disc. Nothing hidden. And don't worry, I have a way to play this game, which I'll show you pretty soon here. There you go. And Magic Knight Raiders, released in 1995 for the Sega Saturn, which was released in 1998 in North America. You know, before 1999, came out on the holiday season of 1998. You know, after A Bug's Life and the Rugrats movie, November 30th, 1998. But guess what? I heard that game is very rare, just like Albert Odyssey and Panzer Dragoon Saga, which I'm sure everyone's going to be shocked to hear this. Panzer Dragoon costs, that's Panzer Dragoon Saga, and it costs $1,000. That's why it's extremely rare. Hikaru Shido, No. Umi Ryuzaki and Fuhoji. Other characters, but I don't feel like mentioning their names because they're in Japanese. And it looks like it didn't come with anything else. Just the manual. Here's your disc for Magic Knight Rayearth on Sega Saturn. And there you go. And now onto my Dreamcast games. King of Fighters Dream Match 1999. Released as a launch title in 1999. Which is, wait, let me see. Never mind. There's just something on the back saying something about the Neo Geo Pocket. Mentioning the King of Fighters R2 Pocket Fighting Series. Yeah. You know, slightly ripped, but it's alright. I don't need an arcade stick like that. And I don't have the original Sega Dreamcast controller, but I do have a third-party controller, which I'll show you soon. Oh, excuse me. Yep, showed you enough. Damn it. There we go. Kinda got stuck there for a sec. And here's the other Sega Dreamcast game that I officially own, which is not really a game, but it does have a full version of Sega Swirl. It's a puzzle game with a snake in it. This is Web Browser 2.0 with SegaNet, but you know, SegaNet's already dead. It's been dead since 2002. I like the Sega Dreamcast. There you go. That's all my Sega games, and now for my accessories, including my two consoles that I own. Here is the Sega Genesis controller, which is black. Also black, the Sega Saturn controller. You know, this is... You know the buttons look similar to the Sega Genesis. See? Both of them are black. Here's my other Genesis controller from Retrobit. And it has Street Fighter 2 on it. And now, here's my Dreamcast controller from Mad Catz. It's a third-party controller. I don't have the official Dreamcast controller, but I'll be fine. Brook PS3/PlayStation 4 to Dreamcast controller adapter from Brook. Sega Mega Memory Card. for Sega Dreamcast. And here's the secondary one, which is blue. Took off the cap. Now let's put it back on. Oh yeah. Here's Action Replay Plus, which I talked about earlier for the Sega Saturn. Now, allow me to show you the box, which is in my closet, my brother's closet, that is. Here, this is the box. Yep. It does allow Japanese/European Saturn games to be played. Now, before I show you my Saturn and Dreamcast consoles, I'll show you my Burns Dreamcast games, which I have a lot. Because, you know, I don't have to buy them. I can just burn them instead. See? I got a lot of those. Most of them are fighting games, some are role-playing games, survival horrors, and others. Here's one more. There. Well, that's about all. And now, my two consoles. One is black and one is white. This one is the Sega Saturn. Has two controller ports. Power button. Open. This is where you put your Sega Saturn disc. Because it's a Japan only game, I should put in the cartridge, Action Replay cartridge. Reset. There's your AC in, AV out, communication connector. And I'm not sure what the hell this thing is supposed to be. I literally don't know. Probably something for Wi-Fi, I guess. I'm not too sure. And there you go. That's the Sega Saturn console. And now, here's my Sega Dreamcast console. Power button. Open. Put a disc in. Here's King of Fighters Dream Match 1999. You got 4 controller ports. compatible with Microsoft Windows CE. There's your ports, ACN, serial, AV out, line. NTSC-U, manufactured in July 1999. Oh. Well then, that'll pretty much do for my Sega collection. You know, my Sega hardware game collection. And see you guys later. And see you in part 2 of my video game collection, which will be my Nintendo collection. See you in phase 2. Ta-ta!